Hey everybody, this is Lorelia coming to you with a video talking about a very common topic that is not that I'm not new to, and that is the topic of credit. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. Um, like I said, not new to this topic. I have over, I don't know, I've lost track, maybe about 500 live videos here on this channel talking about the topic of personal credit, business credit. And today I'm coming to you with a very timely matter. And as I film this video, you may be watching a replay, but as I film this video, it is now 2019 in November. We're definitely less than 80 days till 2020. So why am I shooting this video? Well, today I want to talk about the recent Breakfast Club video that I think it premiered last week with Byron Allen, the billionaire. He was a former comedian. I remember him back in the day. Hey, how you doing, Charles Joyner? Thanks for joining. I remember him back in the day on this TV show back in the 80s when I was young called Real People. And he was like one of those like goofy type of guys, when you think of comedians, especially back then in the 80s or late 70s, early 80s, late 70s, you probably think about, Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy or what have you. But, Byron Allen was someone who was, in the mix in terms of comedic talents. And although this topic is not about comedy, but I just wanted to give you a little back person, because he's now a billionaire, former comedian in Hollywood, now billionaire. Is pursuing against some of the large cable providers due to the area of monopolization, if that's a word, or monopoly, I know. And so a great takeaway, it was a lot of takeaways you can get from that video, or that interview, which was on video. But the one takeaway that I'm going to talk about today and how it relates to the topic that I'm talking about is an economic base. And so in that video, he talked about Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King having the rights to tell her story of being married to a great civil rights leader. And one of the things that he touched on during the video is that many people think that Martin Luther King got shot because he was fighting for black people and fighting for civil rights, and he was a hard fighting soldier. And actually what it boiled down to was Martin was changing his trajectory of what he wanted to what he was fighting for, and he was going to create a conversation about the economics of just people. Now, of course, black Americans, but people in general. And this would encompass, I guess I should say, at least if you think about the landscape of America back then. It's not like how it is now when you have all these segments of people. But at that time, he was talking to the economics of poor people, whether that's black or white or black people. And that was the majority makeup of this country. I mean, of course, were there other people? Of course, the Native Americans, of course, was here from Japan and China. But I'm talking about the large, sect of people. And so when Martin started to change his trajectory of the conversation of the civil rights to black people to economics, that is when he got assassinated. because he was, as they say now, he was waking people up economically. And I never forget a quote by the late what's that? He was an attorney, Johnny Cochran. Yeah, the late attorney Johnny Cochran, and he said, "You cannot level the the playing ground." I can't think of it. Oh boy, my name. Um, I draw a blank or whatever. But it had to do with economics and leveling the playing field. That's really the gist of it. And so all that to say, economics, especially in the day and time now, as well as from 50 or 60 years ago when Martin was around, and of course how this country was built, economics plays a large part in your ability to thrive financially. And what does that, how does that relate to what it is that I want to talk about today? Um, in the right now in 2019, there should not still be individuals who are still saying that they have bad credit. It's too much information. If I had to count every personal credit ad, people giving advice just on social media alone, at the end of the week, $1 for every time I saw something, it would be hundreds and hundreds of dollars by the end of the week. And I say this not from a standpoint of me being a provider, because I provide this service, but for the standpoint of the person who in 2020 still saying that they have bad credit. Because I'm not, I'm going to just take the focus off of me. Use my services, take my advice, walk on this channel. There is a boatload of people out there giving out free game. And that's why I said, if I took $1 for everybody who's giving free game, selling a course, selling a class, selling services on all the social media, platforms, whether that be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, the list goes on and on. There is too much. Now, one may say, well, Lorraine, I don't know what's right, what's wrong, who's really helping, and who's not. And my answer to that is, well, do it yourself. This is not a video on, I'm not selling you on my services. I'm selling you on yourself. The reason why I'm selling you on yourself, it saddens me that in 2019, we have grown adults who are still saying they have challenged credit. I'm not even going to say bad. They have challenged credit. How do you still have challenged credit when so many people out there are giving free game? That's right. Free game. And my thing is this. You can either do one or two things. You can take the free game, apply it to your situation, and see if there's any changes. Or you could just be, it's like all these pop-ups keep coming up. Or you can just do it yourself and let it take time. But don't go into 2020 still saying the same thing what you said in 2019. Because remember, you came into 2019 saying you're going to rebuild your credit, You're going to fix your credit, you're going to hire someone, you're going to do it yourself, whatever the case may be. And now we are less than a month away to a new year, a new decade. You went into the last decade with bad credit. You're going to go into the new decade with bad credit when it's so much game out there. I came online in 2019 in terms of social media. I had never did. I was not a MySpace person, and anything and Black Planet was back then at that time, and I didn't really use it that much as well. And in 2019 is when I officially came online using Facebook. My official presence was in '08, but at that time I was really just connected to friends and family. And in 2009 is when I realized that, wow, I can reach a larger audience talking about the topic of credit, and my journey started there. And at that time, it wasn't like now. Like, it wasn't a galore of people out there giving free game in regards to credit. It just wasn't. And I don't really believe in scarcity. Like, people will say, oh my God, everyone and anyone is doing credit. How can I, how can I make money? Like I said, that's not the focus of this conversation. Is there a galore of people? Yes, it is. But at the end of the day, those who resonate with you resonate with you. I can't stress that enough. Do I have high numbers? No. Am I a viral sensation? No. Am I someone who, is a well-known influencer? I don't think so. But at the end of the day, are there people that I'm reaching with my message? Yes. And so I say this to say that there are some people who realize, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's 2019. My credit's still bad, and I still can't make a way. And those people I'm able to reach. But the big thing, and this is really what I want to bring home with this video, and this is where the economic base is. Don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be fooled. You cannot, in this economy, have a strong economic base if your credit is shot. Why? It's because now, in this day and time, everything, thank you, Harlem World King. Everything revolves around your credit, in regards to where you live, in regards to where you work, in regards to building your business. I mean, everything. And so how can one have a strong economic base? Another thing that Byron Allen talked about, the black billionaire on the Breakfast Club, he talked about, DJ Envy asked the question about access to capital. Many of us won't get out of our way is because we are still talking about access to capital. Like, I can't stress enough why now is the best of times when it comes to building your credit. And one may say, well, why is that? Let me explain. During your parents or your grandparents' time, they may have told you, well, the reason why that of people can build a business because they getting bank loans and they getting access to this and they getting access to that, and we don't have that access. Those days are gone. You can still get access to loans, lending, lines of credit, but the barrier now is, it's not going to be the color of your skin. That's not going to be the barrier. The barrier is going to be your credit. Because if you have a weak credit profile, your economic base will crumble. Don't believe the hype, ladies and gentlemen. Do not think you are going to get somewhere financially with bad credit. Are there some people who have, they got a hell of a lot of hustle? And if you know Yes, Harlem World. If you know you don't have that hustle like some people, because you're right, some people got a hell of a lot of hustle, need credit, and they're able to make it happen. That is a very unique skill. That talent that everybody has. Can one learn it? Yes. But in the meantime, why are we still sitting around in 2019, soon to be a new decade, still talking about what our grandparents have been telling us? Because the problem is so many people, there are so many people that I talk to that say, Lorelia, how is it that you know this? And how did you get access to information like this? I always tell people is because I invest in myself. I invest to get in certain circles to learn certain information. The saddest thing is that there are so many people that cannot get out of their way. What do I mean by that? They are still listening to family and friends who do not know anything. They may know something, but they don't know anything in regards to you changing your financial situation. Because if they did, your situation would have changed. It would have changed. But the thing is that people want to hold on and want to this outdated information. Oh, loans, you can't get no lending. The lending is there, but you have to be set up right. You see what I'm saying? Because now it's not a case of you black and you ain't getting no loan. I understand redlining is real. It did exist in this country. Access to capital, exists in this country. But at the end of the day, things have changed. You can get access to stuff, but your personal credit will limit you. And I know you have those people who are saying that you can get access to business credit. Let me tell you, you still have to leverage your personal credit. You still do. Because most of the time, people who are not trying to use their personal credit and really want to believe they're going to do everything with their business credit, if you looked at their financials and their economic situation, they have a business that's not bringing in no money. They don't know how to get any customers. They haven't got no customers. Exactly. You're so right, Harlem World. And then then their personal credit is shot. And then they truly want to believe that someone is going to give them a business or a business line of credit for over $50,000 a month. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's why I've been telling people some of the new programs that, I have access to where I know lenders. No, I'm not no lender. I'm not writing no loans. I'm not underwriting no loans. I don't approve no loans, but I can give you information to give you access to be able to get those, because that's what I'm saying. There's so many people who are in the credit restoration game and lenders who want to give money, that there are lenders now that have, if your credit bad, they will now provide the credit restoration for you. Whereas they're going to charge you for it, or they may have another way that they can package it. But at the end of the day, they're not letting you walk away. And that's what I'm saying. The cheese has moved. The game has moved. Are there certain lenders? Yes, your neighborhood may be able to give you referrals to people who can help you. But the day and time now of saying my credit is bad, and since my credit is bad, I can't do this, I can't do that. No, the problem is you don't know what you don't know, and you won't move yourself out of the way. You won't move yourself out of the way. And I know you may be saying, well, you know what, Lorraine, I took that whatever class about business credit, but but the next step is, but you can't get access to nothing. So now you're armed with all this information, but you can't get to the next step. And all I'm saying is that if you feel like your advisors or whoever you are consulting with is worth that, then hold them accountable to take you to the next step. Because access to capital is not a barrier now. Now, of course, that may change as you get into, higher totem pole, as you go up higher in regards to gaining access to money. But most of the people, if they're on here on the platform of YouTube, they're not looking for more than, and I'll be honest with you, no more than about $200,000, 200,000 and less. Because a person who's looking for more than that, they have built relationships. They're moving and shaking in a whole nother way. They are not surfing on the internet on YouTube. And I'm not knocking the platform, because I'm here and I'm here to share, but also understanding the demographics of the people. You see what I'm saying? And the demographics of the people that I'm noticing here on this platform is still drinking the juice that is outdated. And that's because they are still subscribed to a conversation that doesn't no longer exist. Like, the days are gone when you can't get access to no information. That's why I said the beginning part of this video, if you're just coming on, it's too much game out there. Like I said, whether it's free, whether it's paid, whether it's a class, whether it's a course. Thank you, Harlem World. It's too much game out there. And all you need to do is just plug in. But do yourself a favor. Do not go into 2020 still with bad credit, will not get no relief. And if you decide to do that, understand you will continue to have a unsustainable economic base. You cannot have it. You have not an unsustainable, but a sustainable economic base. Credit is part of it. It's part of the conversation. It's part of the conversation. It is. It's real. It's real. But I'm already at the 22-minute mark. Thank you all for commenting. And like I said, I'm not selling you on nothing. I'm selling you on you. Okay, well, Charles Joyner, help is here. Reach out to me. And you know what? And I get it. So many times when I have consultations, meetings with people, and they give a story, a backstory about their credit. And I'm not here to judge. Your situation is your situation. If you're new to this channel, you'll find many of videos of mine where I've told my story of what happened in regards to credit. So I'm not here to judge where your credit, was, took a hit and now it's challenged. You can't get help. Just reach out to me. So many URLs. But right now, my focus is helping people get access to capital in regards to business credit and business fund. YourMoneyMentor.com, or there'll be a link below. And if you just need help with your personal credit, you can start with my free book. Go to freebook.yourmoneymentor.com or reach out to me by email. The links will be below this video once it processes. But understand, check out that video on the Breakfast Club, Byron Allen. I just think it's something that everyone should watch. Especially if you're a person of color. He's a black billionaire. He gave so much free game. And I can't stress, enough that just plug in, man. Plug into something different. The conversations that you may be used to or you may have been around are different. If you truly want to thrive financially. But once again, this is Lorelia. Like I said, thanks for plugging in. Like I said, all the links will be below this video. If you need access to funding, give me a call. Let's talk. Free consultation. Free 15-minute consultation. bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com. Until the next video. Bye-bye.